Sponsored by Zentavos. Keep more of your money.
Welcome back to Ask Sloan, everybody. I'm Sloan,
I'm Ben.
and today we're going to talk about leveling up.
Yes, sir. Level up. But level up business edition, right? So, whether you're just starting out or
Been doing it for a minute?
a veteran, how do you get to the next level, right? So, I think that we'll be able to offer a unique perspective. Um, I've been lucky enough to consistently climb, if you will,
You're going to consider that
year
luck?
over year. And then I think that you can offer a unique perspective as well because you're the one giving the promotions out.
So
So
you feel like it's lucky?
no,
Oh,
there is no luck to it. I mean,
I've
maybe
been
a little bit of
luck.
luck to it,
Not really. Okay.
but I think that luck is just when preparation meets opportunity.
Awesome. Well, you need to definitely define that, right?
All right. Well, if you're looking for something, you're gonna find it. Let's just start there. So, if I'm looking for red cars, I'm gonna see a bunch of red cars, right? If I'm looking for blue cars, I'm gonna see a bunch of blue cars. If by chance there are no red cars around, if I'm consistently looking for a red car, once that car passes by, I'll see it. But if I was never looking for the car in the first place, even if it passed by 100 times, I would never notice. Therefore, the analogy I'm drawing from that is you need to know what it is that you're looking for in order to aim for it, right? You need to be strategic in your approach of getting to where you want to go, whether it's in your current employment or throughout your career. Um, I had difficulty in the beginning understanding that my job was not just a job anymore. You know, because when you're in college, when you're in high school, you have jobs and you do your job and you know that your job isn't forever, so you don't really take it that serious. And then you're just you're in college and you're doing your college stuff, or maybe you're living with your parents, or maybe you're in trade school, or whatever the case may be, but you don't see that job as an extension of your life, right? You see the job as a completely separate piece that can come or go and you are indifferent about. And if you keep that approach in your career, I've noticed that people that have that approach don't grow at all, or they grow very, very slowly because they're not taking a strategic perspective to their career. What am I doing? Does it matter? Does it matter to me? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? What I am I performing excellently? Why should I do that? And that's going to help you get a bit further ahead. Put in those extra hours, go a little harder than the guy next to you, be noticed a little more. And that's been kind of my experience.
Well, I'm not going to do that, Ben, because they're not paying me to do
I
that.
hear you. I hear you.
No, hey, that's not my job, Ben.
I mean, the thing is, I mean, I've seen that also, but
Am I
people
gonna get?
tend to jump from job to job.
Am I gonna get promoted?
Probably not.
Am I gonna level up?
Probably not.
That's not my job, Ben. Well, then leveling up's not your job, right? Like, so I definitely think that you hit step one on the head, right? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Hmm.
Do you just have a job, or are you trying to accomplish something?
Yeah.
If you just want a paycheck, like you're never gonna level up. Like I want to get paid. Okay, everybody wants to get paid. So what,
Yeah.
right? I worked at this restaurant called Romano's Macaroni Grill.
Sounds delicious.
It was pretty good. And I just had a job,
Okay.
and I didn't level up. And it actually didn't even matter how hard I worked. they were never going to promote me.
And you knew that.
Well, I knew that until I realized that, and then like I really like wanted to like do better and like tried and like went nowhere. Like I'm like I did all the things that guy did, and I didn't get the green towel. Like I don't understand. Okay, and like there was a completely different attitude by the people that leveled up than my attitude. And so it didn't matter how hard I worked. I didn't have the right attitude to level up.
Interesting.
Okay.
Can you expand on that?
Yeah, leveling up is not about doing a better job. Leveling up is about understanding the team that you're on, the purpose of that team, the purpose of the other teams, the mission of the organization. Not just understanding your role in that mission, but everybody's role in that mission. If you're hanging out with the cool cats and y'all are talking crap about the CEO, do you have the right attitude? No, you don't have the right attitude. If you're pissed at management because like they get everything or they make more money, what's so funny is a lot of times management don't make the most money. The people that make the most money are in sales, or the people that make the most money are the executives. But what the executives have to deal with is liability, all the problems, reporting to shareholders, making sure the company's profitable. Do you have to make sure the company's profitable? You know how hard that is? Having the right attitude. If you just have a job, you're never going to level up. If you begin to understand the ins and outs of your role in the bigger picture and the roles of others in that bigger picture, and you begin to bring tools and resources to that situation in order to accomplish the mission and the results, even if that mission is just more money, because profitability is a big thing for publicly traded companies. Like if that's your attitude, then you're going to level up. But be careful.
So, question for you. Um, how do you know whether it's time to promote someone? How have you seen someone and been like, all right, it's time to promote this person?
So for me, it's when they start doing other people's jobs. It's when they start looking outside of the tasks that they're doing, seeing problems in the organization and either beginning to participate in the conversation around solving that problem or start to bring ideas and solutions to the table to solve those problems. Even if those ideas and solutions won't work, I know that their mind is now on bigger things and that they have a buy-in to the organization and its success. And that's someone that I want to promote because when they go to bed at night, they're thinking about how to make things better. Here, the people who are out the door at 4:58 who gossip, who stay in their lane, they're not they're not level up material. Level up material is forward thinking.
Yeah. I think that when I see big companies versus that are harder to get into versus companies that are like, I guess, quote unquote, easier to get into, they tend to have a longer process of interviews and getting to know you, right? And you're going through these different phases before you're employed. The people that go through these 12 interviews, like by the time you get that job, you're bought in. You're not thinking, oh, I'm leaving after this, you know? Whereas other companies, if you all you need to do is just apply and you're in, sometimes people are ready to leave as quick as they got in. But then how do you vet the people? Um, let's say that I'm starting a business, right? How do I vet somebody? Because I'm not gonna put everybody through 12 interviews, right? How do I vet somebody that I just employed, right? And say, hey, this is the kind of person that I want to keep close in the company, that I want to promote, that I want to make sure that they feel valued, as opposed to your run of the mill, come and go kind of employee.
Most organizations that do that effectively are using some form of personality test.
Okay.
Okay. One of them's called Culture Index. One of them's called Predictive Index. There's a couple of new ones out that I've heard are really, really good. You're not trying to find psychopaths.
Okay.
Okay. You're not trying to be intrusive into someone and discriminate against introverts. What you're trying to do is you're trying to say, hey, this job requires someone who's detail oriented. If I ask you, hey, Ben, are you detail oriented?
I'll say, yeah, let me get a promotion.
More than likely, you're going to try to figure out if I want you to say yes or no.
Yeah,
And then you're going to tell me what I want to hear.
most
If
likely.
I say, hey, Ben, do you see the forest or do you see the veins on the leaves on the trees?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, awesome. So if you're looking at a forest, do you see the forest or do you see each tree individually and the leaves on that tree and the
Oh,
veins on the leaves of that tree?
so you're saying, do I see things more big picture or am I more detail oriented?
Correct. Are you not detail oriented and you see a big forest, like there's a forest, or do you see, hey, there's about, I don't know, there's thousands of trees and the leaves are shaped like maples, and I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what do you see? Okay, it's a little bit more complex of a question, and so you're not going to be able to figure out right away. Do I want you to only see the forest, or do I want you to only see or do I want you to see the vein? Like,
I
what?
see.
Like you're not going to be easily able to give me that answer. So I'm more than likely going to get a more honest answer from you there. Okay? But that also doesn't mean that it's true, because you might think that you see the veins on the leaves, okay? But you might not actually, okay? I just recently hired a position that was inventory management. I need this person to be extremely highly detail oriented. Okay, extremely highly detail oriented. Like, we're talking inventory. Okay, like I need them to know we're missing 3 paper clips. I mean, you know what I mean though? Like, that's what I need. Like, even though I don't care about 3 paper clips, that's what I need to know. I need to know that they know we're missing 3, and that, maybe it was Tommy down in like purchasing because he uses a ton of paper clips. You know
That's
what
your
I mean?
third paper
Right?
clip this week, Tommy.
Tommy,
Fourth one's coming out of
you
your
better watch
salary.
it, bro. So, companies that are highly effective, the multiple interview process, all that. Number one, like, it's really hard to get it out of the first one. The candidate's super nervous. You're not going to get everything. You're probably not even going to ask everything. You also want the candidate to ask a bunch of questions, because if they're not going to ask a bunch of questions, they're not actually super interested. They just want a paycheck. Okay. If they
Right.
don't have any questions, they just want a paycheck. If they got questions, they want to work at a great company with a great team.
But let's just say you already employed these people.
Right. If you already employed them and you can't do any of that, well, then, in my opinion, you should have several one on ones. Like, we
Mm,
just employed you. You've got a 90-day probationary period. You should be having a weekly one on one with them.
as like a new small business, you're the CEO.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the first things that I do in the morning when I come in is I go and I say hi to every single person in my organization. Now, I don't have 1,000 employees, and that won't be possible at that level. There will come a time where I'm not capable of doing that, but I will do that to the people that are on my immediate team.
Mm.
And I will, the first thing when I come in is say hello to everybody. How's everybody doing? Boom, boom, boom. If there's some important stuff, I'll say, hey, are we thinking about this? What's going on here? Just a little whatever, like a little quick one-on-one. Okay. But I'm talking about like a more in-depth one-on-one. Okay. Like learning about them, you know, training, the small businesses, they don't train, like hiring, like leveling up.
Yeah.
We're talking about leveling up, right? If I want to level up, I want to be trained. Okay, teach me how to do this. Awesome. Boom. Teach me how to do that. Hey, can you teach me how to do his job? Okay, like teach me how to do everybody's job. Like cross train me, so if he's not here one day, I can help or whatever. Like I want to know, and the more I know, and the more I'm capable of doing, then the more valuable I become to the organization, the better I can level up. Okay. Finding out whether or not someone's going to be good at leveling up is whether or not they're curious, whether or not they're people, whether or not they're, interested in the organization and its mission. Developing culture is about having a relationship with purpose. Like this is who we are and this is what we do. Right?
Yeah. I think that that's a really great point. Purpose. I think that when you're in an organization and you don't feel purposeful, then people tend to lose motivation for showing up, for doing their job, when they feel like what they're doing has no value. I think that if you're that person and you feel like what you're doing has no value, I'd encourage you to either find the value in what you're doing or find something else that you would find more fulfilling, more purposeful, more valuable, right? Because when you know that you are driving value, you tend to be more effective in your work, you tend to care about it more, and then you tend to get a promotion from Sloan.
It is super important to understand whether or not you are valued. If you're working in an organization and you have a manager and you know that you're not valued and you want to be valued, then you 100% need to be looking for another job. I'm not kidding. Because don't
I
stay
didn't
stuck.
expect you to say that.
Like you 100%, because here's the thing, you're gonna get a job faster when you have a job. It's just like, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, like all of a sudden everybody wants you, you know what I mean? Like you got
You
a
only
job,
want the people
it's
that are
easier to
wanted.
get a job, right? So don't just stay like, hey, I'm so job market's terrible. Nah, like get yourself on Indeed. I had somebody leave me.
Mm.
And
So
he's like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even looking for a job.
they found
Man,
me.
they found me. I was in the bathroom and I got this text message and was like, this might be a great job for you. I'm like, what are you doing on Indeed, bro? You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's
Well, there
cool.
are
That's
those
fine.
LinkedIn messages. People do reach out.
Well, my point is, in an organization, in my opinion, the janitor is as valuable as the CEO. Okay. In a real true organization, the breakdown in an organization can start anywhere. And so everyone has equal value. Okay. The finance department, I've been in the finance department most of my career. We do the laundry. Okay. Nobody even understands what we do or the value in it. But like we make payroll.
Yeah.
Like, go thank your finance department for making sure that you got your paycheck. Okay. Because when the clients don't pay and we got to make payroll, who's making sure we have that money? The finance department. Okay. Right. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, but you
Yeah.
never even see those people. Like, you don't even know. Like, go by and drop off a cookie. Okay. Like, they need some love. Highly valued. But I promise you, most people in an organization that are highly effective believe they're the most valuable player.
That's funny.
It's true. The operations guy is like, y'all couldn't do this without me. The sales guy is like, you wouldn't have anything if you didn't have me. The finance guys, you'd have never been paid if it wasn't for me. The CEO's like, if I didn't have the vision, you guys would be stuck out on a raft. Like everybody thinks that they're the most valuable player. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's no such thing. everybody is the most valuable player. You can't do it without each other. It is a team effort, period. The breakdown starts with one team member. And
Is that the company?
yeah, company
Becoming
gone.
dust.
Dust. Cancer begins with one person.
And does the same thing apply to small businesses that you think does to big organizations as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay, so then if you're starting off your own business and you want to make sure that you're hiring highly effective people, then what's like the number one thing that you should do?
Well, I mean, you really shouldn't skimp on the interview process. Like, you should really develop. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not great at the hiring process. Okay, that's not my skill set. Okay, I'll hire everybody. Like, I
You'll
will,
hire
like
anybody.
I will hire anybody. Okay, like you come in if you know how to interview. If you're just attentive in the interview, like okay, great, like come on, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, because I just have like, I love everybody and I want everybody to succeed. And like I believe in like if you're coming to me telling me you're a badass, I believe that. You know what I mean? And so like I want you to come in, but I'll tell you, like I've hired badasses and didn't train them well, and like they couldn't do their job, not because they weren't good at.
Were they looking to get trained? Were they seeking that out?
Well, I mean, I think that's a great question.
Because like in my position,
I think small businesses, like you work at a big company,
yeah,
and you're also in like the entrepreneur deal. So like
yeah,
training is a little bit different. Like we're talking about small businesses and we're talking about training like sales.
that's fair.
Okay. Right. We're talking about training operations. We're talking about training like a task. We're not talking about training how to develop product and get that to market. Okay. That's like a completely different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, most most of my clients that hire, they think they're hiring somebody that knows how to do the job, but 9 times out of 10, they don't do that job the way they would have done that job. And so then they don't think you're doing the job right or whatever. And you know what I mean? Like there's this huge, but there's no training. Okay. It's like this, I don't know how to do this. Okay. And it happened to me coming up through the ranks. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let me train you how to do this. Okay. Okay. I watched you do it. Okay. Like maybe it worked. It's like I've had like somebody came and said, I thought you said you could do this. I was like, well, I thought I could, but apparently not. I don't know. In my opinion, training is the number one problem when in the hiring process for small businesses. Okay,
Okay.
effective training is I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to watch you do it, and then I'm going to inspect what you do on a regular basis, like 3 steps. Okay, so the first step is you don't let them watch you enough. You think it's boring. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I want you to shadow me and I'm going to do this. And like, it's hard to shadow because like I'm standing around doing nothing. Like, how do I stay attentive to this process? Well, that's red flag number one, right? If they're
Well, in
not
this
going to,
generation, that explains why no one's getting
if,
hired.
if they're not going to stay attentive to the process,
Yeah.
that's red flag number one, right? Okay. If they are that bored, then maybe you know how to do it. Here, you step in, you do it. Oh, nope. Nope. Wait. Oh, wait. Okay. Watch me again. Okay. Like, got to go through this thing, and it's going to be uncomfortable. And just like, hey, this is going to be uncomfortable, right? Like, it's cool. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're going to screw it up 8 times. I'm not going to be mad, but I might sound frustrated. Like, don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
The more rigorous a training process that you have in that 90-day period, like, fire quickly, right? Like especially if it's
Well, that doesn't help them rise through the ranks.
that does not help them level up. But to that degree, let's reverse that. You
Okay.
just got hired. Don't be bored during the training process. Like be on it. Like, okay, how does this work? Ask questions. Figure it out. Like, let me try. Okay. Okay. Oh, that doesn't seem to work. Okay. Like be on it.
Yeah.
Right. And then like, hey, I don't want to just know how to do it. I want to know how to do it better than everyone else.
Yeah.
One of the things I try to teach my guys at the shop that I was telling you about, okay? I'm I'm like, okay, in school, I was the guy. I wanted to be the first one done with the test. The first one. If I was not the first one done with the test, I was pissed. Okay. But not only did I want to be the first one done, I wanted 100. Okay.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to just be the first one done. I wanted to be the first one done with the highest grade. That was my goal every single time. I thought everyone was like that. That's not the case. I try to teach these guys, hey, race yourself. Right? Like we had these bolts, okay? And we had to take a wire and we had to tape the wire to the bolt. So you could hang the bolt and then you could spray the top of it with powder coat. Okay? So we had like 1,000 bolts, okay, like a bunch of bolts. So we had like 5 of us. And some of the guys were like,
Oh my gosh.
and like, so what are you doing on Friday? Like, and I'm sitting over here. I'm like, hey guys, let's do a race. Okay, like, and but instead of like goading them, I was trying to be like, hey guys, like we're trying to be expedient with this. Okay, race yourself. See how quickly you can get it done. Like be quick about it. But half the team is like, I'm not here to be fast.
But that's hard because like a lot of people nowadays work off just pure incentive. If you were to tell them maybe like $1 per bolt and you have 5 minutes, you'd have been like, you would have seen all 1,000 of the bolts done.
So as a leader, it's super important to know how to motivate your staff to want to level up.
Yeah.
And going back to your thing, I think number one is understanding what you want to be when you grow up and how to level up and what that really means. What does it mean to be a manager? What does it mean to be an executive? What does it mean to be those things? How much and then go, I'll tell you what, go interview those people. Like go find a person in your organization that you want that job and ask them, what did it take you to get here?
Yeah.
And what is your master skill set? And what and ask them questions like, what could I do to improve my abilities so that I can get a position like yours one day, whether it's here or somewhere else. Like if you're not forward thinking about this stuff, you're just waiting on somebody to come down with a magic wand and go bing and beam me up, Scotty. Like you're never leveling up. You level up by going to the places you want to be and learning how to do that.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Hey, wisdom of the week, bro.
Yes, sir.
Or you think that was it?
I thought that was it.
Oh, maybe that was it. Wisdom of the week. Go find the people that you want to be when you grow up and interview them and ask them what it takes to be that and then go make it happen.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. See you next time. Make
Go.
sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification button.